Hello and welcome. We are so glad to have you here. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to get notifications when we have new videos. If you're with us on Zoom, drop a hi in the chat. We'd love to say hello back. If you're with us in person in the sanctuary, hello everybody. If this is your first time here, go ahead and sign our guest book either in the lobby or at oakcliffuu.org/guest. Today's sermon is Laughing on the Search for Truth with Stan Yoder. That is a title I can get behind. I think a lot of us can. All right. Announcements. We are going to have a booth at the 4 Oak Cliff Back to School event on August 13th. How exciting is that? If you'd like to help staff the booth, please contact Johnny. And if you'd like to donate a little money so that we can update our marketing materials, make sure we put our best foot forward and whatnot, you can donate at oakcliffuu.org/donate. Also, a huge big thank you to the drumming circle at our campus they donated the $300 cost of getting the table in the first place. So thank you so much to y'all. Y'all are awesome. Let us know if you're interested. All right, there is always so much happening at our church. If you want a rundown of all of it or a quick little summary, go to the eBlast and check it out. This week we have COVID status updates and mask wearing updates, stuff about last week's bowling, and the sound bath and gong meditation, which I hear was incredible. So definitely happy to have that healing ministry that we've got now. We are getting new music. That's exciting. We have access to new music. So you know what? I think it's the perfect time, like this is my idea, right? And I didn't read it in the e-blast. It's the perfect time to restart our choir. If you are interested in that, you can contact Autumn or Deneen. Let's get our choir back up and going. We also have Widening the Circle of Concern updates like we always do. Thank you, Sherry, for providing those. And Workday Wednesdays. Whew, lots of stuff. All right, it is Sunday and we don't stop after the service. No, we have fun all day. We have talk back at 11:15. That's where we get together and talk about the sermon and related topics. You always get something out of it, whether you want to talk and participate or just listen. Adult religious exploration with Sarah is normally a Sunday thing, but she is on break until the 7th. So just note that. Go talk back. It's fun. All right, it is time for member anniversaries, and these are so great. All right, y'all ready? Everybody out there, give a huge happy UUCOC anniversary to Joey Heil and Joshua Heil. Happy anniversary, y'all. Love the Heils. To the two of you and to everyone else out there, I hope that you all have a very happy Sunday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love the fact that there's so much enthusiasm in the space today. Amen. I am Reverend Deneen Robinson, the minister here at the UUCOC campus, and I am here to simply welcome you to worship. Welcome you to an experience where you get to have an encounter with yourself, the divine, and the other congregants. We are here to laugh and sing and experience moments that cause us to grow. It is our opportunity to share in what I call the love and the hug of being in community. I welcome you. If there are things that you need, there are folk on duty to assist you. For those of you who are guests and it is your first time with us, I say welcome and please don't let it be your last. We are always looking for more folk to share our joy with, and we are looking to grow our congregation, in all honesty. We want to be a community that is reflective of the neighborhood and the folk we believe we're called to serve. So welcome those that are joining us on Zoom. Thank you so much for your presence as well. And it is my hope that there is something shared, something spoken that causes you into a deeper reflection and you leave here changed. Welcome.
May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness. And now in Spanish. Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
The Great Teachers in Life by Jason Cook. We seekers are on a quest to discover truth and meaning. Sometimes we think we found it, wrapped up, glittering with newness, straight off the intellectual assembly line. All the answers right here for us and others, if they'd only listen. But truth has a way of coming in disguise, sometimes wearing rags and sometimes finery, but so often cloaked from our immediate sight. And sometimes that which we have rejected, that which we have let go of or decided was only for others but not us, can be our teacher. Let our time of worship be an acknowledgement of the never-ending journey toward truth and meaning, and our appreciation of those we learned from along the way. Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn and for our covenant.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let his dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance.
Now we will have our UUCOC covenant. Together, because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance in service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus, we covenant together.
Porque nos amamos uno al otro, honoramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y acepción, así que hacemos pacto. Thank you. You may be seated.
We come to the point in our service where we honor our joys and our sorrows. In your sorrows, know that you are not alone, just as I am not alone with my sorrow. Our covenant of right relations makes this so. You and I are bound by a promise to commune. In community, the burden of a heavy heart is shared. A burden shared is a burden lightened. Please join us in this meditation. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. This Sunday, like every Sunday, we affirm our promise to one another. Our promise makes clear the call to celebrate, for that which brings you joy, makes you grateful, brings you peace. We, your sacred community, celebrate. We celebrate together and magnify joy, heighten gratitude, and spread ever-increasing peace.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirs of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Let us raise our hearts and open our ears as Stan comes to bring us his message, laughing on the search for truth.
What is truth? Besides, no one here won the mega jackpot. These days, there's discussion on whether or not there even is such a thing as truth, much less what it might be. I wondered if there might be a better idea of truth in another parallel universe, so I set off to explore. Maybe they have superior ideas of truth and for religion elsewhere. Maybe not. You be the judge. So, the first time I find myself in this other universe, I see a guy who wears a beatific smile and drinks tea. This guy wears a shimmering purple robe that changes color depending on how the folds fall and how the light strikes. It's so beautiful, I'm momentarily distracted from what I want to know about his beliefs, but I force my gaze from his amazing garment to his calm face and ask, "So you, sir, what is important for you and everyone else to believe?" "Wind," he says, and closes his eyes with a smile. "Wind?" I ask, but he says nothing. Wind. I believe in wind. It blows. It blew down my cardboard fort when I was a kid and then blew it away. My parents chastised me for littering. I drove by what was left of Moore, Oklahoma in 1999 after an F5 tornado flattened it with winds over 300 miles per hour and killed 36 people. He's still smiling with his eyes closed. Maybe you've never heard of Moore, Oklahoma, I say. He says nothing. So, am I supposed to worship wind or something, like pray to it and hope it won't blow me away? Sails, he says, peeking at me for a moment before closing his eyes again. Sails? I ask, like sails on a ship? His grin momentarily broadens. Or does it? It's like a breeze blows across his face and then is gone. Sails catch the wind, yes, and use it for practical work, like forcing a ship across the ocean or turning a windmill and grinding grain or making electricity. Wind and sails, are these the secrets to belief and truth? Plow, he says, as his brow furrows momentarily, interrupting his smile. Sweat. What? I exclaim. First wind, then sails, now plow and sweat? Are these things supposed to be connected somehow? All is one, he intones. Now, meditate. And he closes his eyes, smiles, and ignores me as I fume and walk in tight circles, muttering and gesticulating. Wind, sails, plow, sweat, all connected or something? This makes no sense whatsoever. How does this teach me how to treat my fellow travelers on life's pathway? How does this help me overcome the trauma I've endured? I mutter to myself, maybe he's saying it's all nonsense and nothing matters. So let the wind blow and just mind your business? I continue stomping around in tight circles until I realize he's opened his eyes and is gazing at me. Zephyrs, he says. Westerly breezes. Oh, I say, so now we're back to the moving air trope? But then I notice another man approaching, this one dressed in a shimmering golden robe. The new guy speaks to the purple-robed man. How far did you get? I just got into Zephyrs, says Purple Robe. Okay, I'll take it from here. Well, have a nice weekend. Going to the game? Yeah, I thought I might. You? Nah, my wife has a deal I promised to help her with. Get on out here. I got it now. And the purple robe skips off without a trace of the gravitas he showed while seated delivering monosyllabic concepts. Golden robe settles in, a beatific smile on his face. Zephyrs, he says, gazing at me, westerly breezes. He pauses. And breath. I just stare back at him. Let me see if I've got this straight. You shimmery robed guru types have a script with relatively nonsensical concepts laid out in order so as to get us logical types to get so befuddled we give up on logic and give in to just being or something? After each of my questions, Golden Robe gives the faintest smiling face nod, not the slightest bit perturbed by my outbursts. He adds, breath relaxation. Then, after a bit, inner peace. And after a bit more, loving kindness. Then he closes his eyes and smiles more sweetly, seemingly quite pleased with himself. I have to admit, I was not feeling much relaxation right then. Far from it. I was just a bit steamed up. I would have liked to have been feeling relaxation, but relaxation was not anywhere close to my body right then. Ticked off? Yes, but not relaxed. Inner peace sounded nice, and I'm always down for loving kindness. But all this mumbo-jumbo about wind and plowing and sweat, when I wanted to know what the truth was for these guys, this was highly irritating. I wanted a discussion with them, and all they wanted to do was throw riddles at me. I sit down cross-legged, close my eyes, and breathe deeply for a bit to try to get into the ecumenical spirit of things. And I must admit, I do begin feeling a bit less hostile after a while. I peek at him, all golden, shimmery, and smiley, and I ask, "Do you have anything to drink? Scotch, perhaps?" "Tea," he says, and offers me a cup. So that's how I left it with the shimmery-robed guys, drinking tea, cross-legged, breathing deeply, and trying not to feel ticked off about not getting answers to my questions about truth. When I wake up, I find myself outside the small cottage of a grandmotherly type woman. She's smiling at me as if she's been expecting me. The sky is a bright red with pink clouds floating lazily by, and a blue sun blazes down on us. Our shadows have a distinct orange cast to them, and I'm pretty sure I'm not in Kansas anymore. "Hello," she says. "Would you like some Scotch whiskey tea? And homemade chocolate chip cookies?" Well, I think, I wanted Scotch from the Shimmeries and got only tea. Here I can get Scotch whiskey tea and cookies. "Yes, indeed," I respond warmly. "I'd love to get Scotch tea and cookies, and I'd love to hear about your belief system, too." She invites me into her house, where we sit in her parlor sipping Scotch tea and munching her delicious chocolate chip cookies while she explains her religion. "I'm a wizard," she says. Wizardism is based on knowledge that you are absolutely correct and right. Confidence that saying magic words like "I'm sorry" can get you straightened up with the magic wizard to keep him on your side so he will do you favors and not punish you. Striving to do your best is what counts, whether you actually do or not. And an eager willingness to overlook inconsistencies, which is called fault blindness, is good. I nod and munch cookies. Wizardism has a grimoire. A grimoire is a book of magic spells. The Magic Wizard's grimoire and life guide was written by the Magic Wizard himself long, long ago. There are a few rules that govern the reading and understanding of the Magic Wizard's grimoire and life guide and dominate all of wizardism. Rule number 1 says every word in the Magic Wizard's grimoire and life guide is true and accurate forever. Rule 2 says each magic spell and all life guide counsel in the Magic Wizard's grimoire always works as stated and is harmonious with all other spells and counsel in the book. I begin to glaze over, but she continues with enthusiasm. Rule 3 says, if you cast a spell from the grimoire and it does not work, it is always your own fault. So don't whine about it to the magic wizard. Likewise, if you follow the life guide advice and your life falls apart, it's your own fault. So don't whine about it to the magic wizard. Rule number 4 says, don't ever expect to see, meet, hear, or feel the magic wizard in the real world. Ever. The magic wizard doesn't work that way. He only magics in your imagination. And don't try to test the magic wizard's teachings or entrap his ideas somehow with logic or pin him down with reason. His ways are mysterious and free from human thought processes. Just accept what is told you, pay real money, and he might show you favor. I'm not sure I'm completely following, but Grandmother is really rolling now. We're wizards, says Grandmother, and we have code phrases to let others know we're wizards, like, have a magical day. And we love chatting with other wizards about going to the eternal bedroom after we die, where we'll have everlasting orgasms. And especially how we want to avoid being sent to the deathless dungeon of lightning smites if we don't say sorry to the wizard for our offenses before we die. I think about all this, then ask, do you have to fix your faults or repair the hurt you cause others? Oh no, says Grandmother, that's the beauty of wizardism. All you have to do is say you're sorry, and the magic wizard will make sure everything works out. Even if you steal or kill or crush democracy, if you say you're sorry, it's all taken care of. And sometimes you don't even need to say you're sorry because the magic wizard knows what you meant in your heart, or what we want to think you meant in your heart. So everyone is going to make it to the eternal bedroom of everlasting orgasms? I ask. Oh no, says Grandmother. Only the loving, worthy ones. Who are the loving, worthy ones, I inquire. The ones, she says, who hate the same folks I do. I've suddenly had enough tea and cookies. Thanks for the tea and cookies, Grandmother, I say as I leave quickly. This time I hear a cosmic whooshing sound as I leave the land of red skies and orange shadows. I find myself sitting in a beanbag chair next to a dude with rather wild eyes. Wow, man, he exclaims. I look into his quivering eyes. It's like so meta, man, he continues. What is? I inquire. The all of the is, he explains. Oh, I say, I'm hoping to understand what truth is. Maybe you can help me. Yeah, man. His voice rises to a crescendo. These shrooms I took are showing me how everything is connected, man. He's looking my way, but his eyes are vibrating so much I'm not certain where he's looking. Then he seems to zero in on me with a laser-like focus. Dude, he exclaims, you're not from around here, are you? I'm not sure how to answer that. Like, dude, you've seen the truth, haven't you? I'm not sure, I admit. I'm searching for truth. There's truth in shrooms, and that's the truth, he declares. How about this truth to blow your mind, I ask, as I show him some pictures from the James Webb Space Telescope. These are from my universe. This one shows galaxies almost back to the beginning of time. And this one shows a star nursery in the Carina Nebula. He's fairly impressed. And this one shows a star exploding. No, that one is the eye of the is, he declares. It's the truth the shrooms have been showing me. No boundaries. All the is the is that is. Don't you see? In my universe or yours or anyone's hangout, it's the one that is, all mooshed together like a beautiful pudding, a cosmic mushroom unity. I'm suddenly feeling thirsty. Do you have any tea? Or scotch? No, man. Don't do tea. Just shrooms. I say, well, I'm not really grooving along the same truth lines as you, so I think I'll just scoot along now. Peace out, man, he vibrates at me. Always one. And I'm suddenly surrounded with laughter. Belly laughs, giggles, titters, guffaws, then more belly laughs. I look around. I'm in a comfortable room where people are chatting with each other in overstuffed chairs, standing around drinking, could it be tea? From coffee cups and regularly bursting into genuine sounding laughter. I catch someone's attention. Where am I? You are in the headquarters of the Missionaries of Mirth and Merriment. Welcome! She bursts forth. I've never heard of the Missionaries of Mirth and Merriment, I reply, chuckling in spite of myself at her infectious good humor. But it sounds like fun. Oh, it is, she exclaims. That's the whole point. So many religions are sour and grim and uptight all the time, but we have only 2 points of dogma. They are, don't be mean, and laugh like you mean it whenever you can. Those sound superlative to me, I reply. Of course they are, she says, because laughing is healthy, it's fun, it's free, and it makes you feel great. We tell jokes all the time, but if there's nothing actually funny happening, we just pretend laugh until real laughs happen. Here's a joke for you. My doctor gave me 6 months to live, so I shot him. The judge gave me 50 years. Problem solved. And she wanders off. I follow her and overhear jokes others are telling. My wife is blaming me for ruining her birthday, but that's ridiculous. I forgot she even had a birthday. Oh! Past that group, someone seems serious. She says, I was asked to name 2 structures that hold water. I was like, well, damn. Then I noticed a monitor on the wall showing a mother and daughter who had recorded themselves laughing earlier and were using that recording to help kickstart themselves into laughing whenever they wanted to. I supposed anybody could do that and start a small chapter of the Missionaries of Mirth and Merriment on their own, but before I could ask about it, I wake up in my own bed, back on Earth, in the Milky Way galaxy, in the universe I'm most familiar with. I think about the truths I'd learned. The Shimmeries, who like to breathe and relax from too much overthinking, and who valued loving kindness and drank tea. The Whizzers, who were very confident they were correct according to their magic book, and hated the right people, and drank tea and scotch. The Shroomers, who admitted no boundaries and saw all as one until it all mushed together, but did not drink tea. And my favorites, the Laughers, who always found a reason to laugh, were kind, drank whatever was in their coffee cups, and saw humor in everything possible. And I figured I'd just continue to hang out with my UU friends and show respect for the inherent worth and dignity of every person as we all sustain our searches for truth while pursuing justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. And I'd laugh whenever I could. I suggest you do the same.
We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. We need to feel the freedom just to have some time alone. But most of all, we need close friends we can call our very own. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give. We have our thoughts to receive. And we believe that sharing is an answer. A child is born among us, and we feel a special glow. We see time's endless journey as we watch the baby grow. We thrill to hear imagination freely running wild. We dedicate our minds and hearts to the spirit of this child. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. And with the grace of age, we share the wonder of you. And we believe that growing is an answer.
Please join us as we recite our covenant for widening the circle of concern. We, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff, commit ourselves to the study and dismantling of racism and oppression within our congregation. We commit our congregation and ourselves to the work of anti-racism and anti-oppression. We commit ourselves to listening, to learning, and to action. When we fail, we commit ourselves to trying again and again. We covenant to begin this work and continue until all of us can truly say that we are a beloved community of justice, equity, and compassion. And we will now have a widening moment by Renee Brill. Please be seated.
This morning, the words for our widening moment meditation come from Chris Crass. To all get free together. To all get free together. To become an anti-racist faith community. The key question for a white or white majority community is not how do we get people of color to join our faith community? It is instead, how can we make a prolonged, spiritually rooted, engaged commitment to uprooting white supremacy within our community and taking ongoing collective action to challenge it in society? Our goal is not to have white people sit alongside a person of color so as to affirm that those white people aren't racist. Our goal is to build and be part of beloved community, united to end structural oppression and unleash collective liberation in our faith communities, schools, neighborhoods, workplaces, and throughout society. Our goal is to join hands across the divisions of racism in our faith and in our communities and affirm the humanity in each other. Our goal is to join our hearts and minds to the task of destroying white supremacy in every worldview, policy, law, institution, and governing body of our society. For our faith communities to be places of healing from the nightmare of racism that haunts people of color and white people. For our faith communities to be places of nourishment, sustaining the multiracial struggles of our peoples to advance economic, racial, and gender justice. For our faith communities to be part of the continual process of working within the movement as a part of the journey to end oppression in society. For our faith communities to raise our children of all backgrounds to become freedom fighters and practitioners of liberation values. Our goal is for our faith communities to be spiritually alive, learning from and contributing to liberation cultures and legacies. For our faith communities to be welcoming homes for people of all colors, sexualities, classes, ages, abilities, genders, and citizenship statuses. For our faith communities to regularly invite us into and prepare us for courageous action for collective liberation, held in loving community for the long haul. May our faith communities be active agents in the world to help us all get free together.
Our offering is an opportunity for us to sow into a place that will sustain us and strengthen us, a place that is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. If contributing cash toward your pledge, please use the envelope provided and write your name on it. For those of you who are visiting with us and you want to give, there will be a basket going around. Please see your order of service for other ways that you may donate to us.
May the truth that makes us free, and the hope that never dies, and the love that casts out all fear lead us forward together till the day breaks and the shadows flee away.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
It is my hope that something you heard, something that you experienced in the wind of spirit that has caused you to have a new thought, a changed understanding, or a more expansive way of looking at something in your life. I appreciated the journey that we went on. Dreams are prolific. If you have an opportunity to remember yours, they are teachers to us. They break through the things that we often don't want to look at, see, know. I appreciate the awareness that what we believe as people who are Unitarian Universalists is the way to go. To look and see the dignity and value of every person and inherently ensure that that remains, that even in spite of the realities of our difference, we seek to find ways of connection that will sew us together so that we can be a beloved community, so that we can laugh at each other's stuff. It has many names. But more importantly than that, we can commit and covenant to make this place sacred, to make the connections that we have sacred, so that we can live this out in the world. You do know that this is an assimilation for what the world is. We come here intentionally saying, you can be you. You can bring your faith construct or the fact that you have none or the fact that you are questioning, and I can bring mine. And we can find places where we can love and share and grow together. That is life. That is life. I thank you for the opportunity to experience that with you for another Sunday. I thank you for the ways in which you all have helped me to grow. Being the newest person here, I'm gonna hold that title for as long as I can. So even as we get new members, I'm still gonna be the newest one here. So thank you so much. Rise as you are able in body and spirit. And find someone who is a guest, someone that you haven't seen this week, and greet them as we dismiss. Thank you.